Oh yeah, Mr. Tyler.
You said what's going on?
Mr. Funes has sent me my thing, my transcript. I was just telling you.
Oh, cool. That's some cool stuff. You finally got your info. We can start filling out more of it. And I did get your resume, Lisa. I just had a lot of papers to grade, so I couldn't respond. But I did get it. Thank you for saying that. I'm starting to look at it now.
Wait, you transferred me, Lisa?
It's okay if you do.
What'd you say, Angel?
That
I
was
said
me.
she transferred.
Well, this is for an internship, Angel, to get Lisa a job as a software engineer. So I'm trying to get her in the door.
I see your hair's dyed.
You said what?
Did you dye your hair?
No,
Did
I
you dye
just
your
got my
hair?
hair tied back because I haven't been to the shop to get it retwisted. And I got a cap on my head because the sunlight's in my eyes. I sit by a window every day. Okay, so Lisa's here. Who else? Angel's here. Now, everybody is aware that we have asynchronous days. I gotta check that schedule and see if that's the case today, because we're trying to make sure this is put into motion, so all you guys will be able to basically keep up. The asynchronous days moving forward will help you guys come to office hours or do things that you may go through problems that you may not understood. So let me find that calendar and talk about it real quick. And you guys are in here, you get extra credit for being 5 minutes early or 5 minutes before, uh, 5 minutes afterwards. So if you're after 5 minutes, you're automatically late, but you also don't get the extra credit. All right, so let's look at this synchronous schedule. Lisa, they already talked to you about this, right?
Talk to me about what?
The synchronous schedule.
I think no. Wait, no, they didn't.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna discuss it. Give me a second. Okay, so let's do this. So, in essence, I think you guys can see what I'm doing here. We have this new schedule where the color codes match.
No, I can't see what you're doing.
Oh, hold on. I have not presented nothing, and I have not started the recording. Thank you, Lisa. I'm sitting there trying to email and do
I
all this.
see it recording though, but I don't see the presentation.
It is recording. Okay, good. So what about now?
Yeah, I see it.
Cool. So I'm talking about this here, Lisa. I don't know if any teachers talked to you guys about this, but on, for instance, I don't know. I think we did it right a little bit yesterday, right? Because that was your asynchronous days will be pretty much for physics. We went over review, so we treat that as office hour, and then Wednesday you don't have any change. I don't have a change for either class, right? So for Wednesday, if you have a particular class, like I don't know what your class is, Lisa, but outside of uh, see here, robotics, where do you? What other class do you see on here? I'm trying to explain how this works.
I don't see any of my other classes.
Okay, so let me close this. Now, we have it should be all the classes on here. How much time I got for this buzzer rings? Oh, it's almost out of time. So I'm gonna explain it again after the Norris, but uh, the green means Tuesday. So every Tuesday when you have me, it's for you, Lisa, for example, it's going to be an office hour day. That's where you're able to bring back whatever it is you may not understood, and you should be expecting instruction to be new. It's just going to be going over stuff. It's office hour or resuscitation day, and then for say your robotics class on Thursdays, you know Like every other day besides Thursday, you'll have instruction. So the goal is like maybe 2 days of instruction in almost each class. That's the goal. We're testing it out, so we'll see. Uh, Caught you. Gotcha. I knew you was going to start ringing. All right. So I'll come back to that. That's what you should be expecting all teachers to start rolling out to you guys pretty soon. Let's get through our norms. Wait. It's 10:10 we start. I'm thinking we're late. So I got to put 4 more minutes on the clock. We don't need to go through the norms just yet.
Why nobody never in class?
They, when we was in the building, Lisa, and I'll give you my theory on it. When we was in the building, uh, you were more disciplined. When you're at home, you got the music playing, you got your parent talking to you, you got all these distractions, right?
Just
So
like right now.
just like right now, yeah, right. So that I'm trying to answer your question. So when we were in the building, you couldn't get distracted. When you're in your household, people don't necessarily pay attention to the fact that you're actually studying. And I found it out when I went to college. Everybody in my family, Mike, come do this, come do that. And I'm like, guys, I got a final exam. Like, come on. So it's the same thing here, Lisa. People are probably distracted, probably,
Yeah.
don't have good internet. It's a lot of factors. But all you can do is focus on you, right?
Yep, that's true. Nobody don't care unless it's them that's doing the thing.
Yeah, yeah. So one day at a time is all I gotta say. Let me get this attendance ready. Okay, I got Angel here, got Lisa here. I think I did that right. Everybody else is not here yet. Yeah, okay. Okay, so there goes Aaliyah. I stand corrected. Hello, Miss Mims. All right, here's another person. Just before we get started on our norms. Okay. Who else just came in the room? Let's see here. That'd be Miss Camacho, Jacqueline. Welcome to class. Uh, there's her name. She's not that. She's actually present. Select a time present. All right. All right. Okay. I think I got that. Now, how much time we have left here? 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. You should be sizing your screens up. And what I mean by sizing your screens, in case you're not aware, one side of the screen should have EDSB going. The other side of your screen, you want to, make a new tab, drag it over, put it in this spot because it's going to be where you work on your document. And everybody should be veterans at how to set their document up. So you don't need for me to tell you how to do that unless you might have forgot again somehow. And make sure you log into your own Gmail account because this is the platform we're going to use that CPS is forcing us to use for the duration of the school year. So even after quarter 1's over, this is everything you guys have been struggling to do is going to be the norm come quarter 2. And that's around the corner. I think everything ends November 5th. Okay, 1 minute. We're going to do our norms. So we're done with that. That's attendance. All right. So far, so good. Okay, so there are enough people to do our norms together. How many people in here? Let's see here. Yeah. All right. So just as rule of thumb, understand it's not my policy. It's the policy of the state board of education. And what the saying is, in order to make sure the student is there and we don't have a prankster or somebody jumping in here and impersonating a student, your camera has to stay on. All right. The only person that has an exemption in the room or persons that have exemptions in the room are bulldogs. And you have the little bulldog icon, which is they're a Bitmoji and it has the bulldog logo. Those people do not need to always keep their camera on. If any of y'all, it's their choice. So we're about to now go through, I want to say, our norms. I'm waiting for this clock to run out. Asynchronous was yesterday. And all we had to do really was just work on problems. But you guys flew through the review problem, and I was like, they don't really need an asynchronous moment. They just knocking it out together. And that helped out some people with some points if you turned it in. All right, so the norms. Okay, so we got five basic norms. It should be yeah, it is visible to you guys. All right, so let me get this list going. First in the list is Aaliyah Mims. Can you read number one?
No one has the right to hurt another person.
Ooh, go drink some coffee. Wake up. Next, thank you, Miss Mims. Number two, that would be Mr. Angel. Can you read number two?
Education and classroom are sacred.
Thank you, sir. Miss Camacho, can you read the microphone issue? I hope she can read. Let's see. Are you able to read, Miss Camacho, or no? Oh, that's right. She cannot type because I turned that feature off. Eh? Okay, so I'm gonna come back to you. We got to figure something out with your microphone, young lady, because they're making us keep these chats off. So I think it was number three she was going to read. We will never behave in a way that will discredit ourselves, our school, or our family. Number four, that would be, let's see here, Lisa.
At the Cell Academy at Southwest Students always a lady or gentleman.
Thank you. And Aaliyah, number five.
We take pride in the State Academy of Southwest.
Thank you. The five academic norms. Angel, can you read number one?
Me?
Can you read number one?
We respect the opinions of others.
Thank you. The next one would be, see, Jacqueline can't read. I'll read that one. We respect the culture of the classroom. I hope you guys do. I do. Number three, that would be, let's see here, Lisa.
We are attentive and participate.
Always. Number four, Aaliyah.
We have high expectations for ourselves, our peers, and our teachers.
Thank you, ma'am. And number five, Angel.
We are here to focus on preparing ourselves for post-secondary endeavors.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So what, and everybody probably knows what I'm going to ask for 15 points. What are some post-secondary endeavors? Well, there's three of them. You get 5 points for each one you get right. Now, you can't put it in the chat.
Military, trade school, and college.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So let's keep going. I wish I could use my chat feature, but I got to keep it moving. I'll open up the chat later for notes, but it still works. It's just you guys can't post to it.
Yeah, I have notes.
You said what?
I said I have notes.
You have notes? Go ahead and put them, Lisa.
Yeah.
Go ahead. It's open.
Okay.
Let me know when you're done so I can close the chat again. So Lisa has notes for the following, right? We have, now I'm glad I opened up. Irvin, you had to post the GGI link or something where you had some feedback for the students?
The HVAC trade school presentation in GGI today.
Okay.
So make sure it's some valuable information. I just posted it. Thanks for opening it up.
No problem. All right, so Lisa put some stuff in the chat, and I'm going to check it, closing the chat now. We have the initial notes. It looks like Lisa remembers this problem, huh? She even got the canoes listed and everything. So you found
I was going to place the rest with the turn.
You said what, Lisa?
Oh, go paste the rest with you turned it off.
Go ahead, Lisa. My bad. Go ahead, Lisa. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Tell me when you're done.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I'm looking. All right. I'm closing the chat. All right. Let's see here. Oh, that's so awesome. This is an easy review day. Oh, wait. Thank you, Lisa. So was that an Easter egg or something, Lisa? Are the numbers the same?
No, I have to put the numbers, change it.
Okay. All right, so everybody, what I want you to do now is you get the notes over to your Google Doc. And how do we establish that? I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes to get everything complete because Lisa gave us a whole lot and we got to fix it. So first things first, let's start our Google Doc. Make sure you log into your Gmail account. Lisa, that is super awesome. If I see an assignment that you got, you don't have done, it's done. Just know that. Um, she caught that real quick. So look, go to blank document, right? I hope everybody's seeing what I'm doing. And inside of blank document, you do the following, the same thing we've been doing, right? So what does that consist of? Well, let me open this up some. You should have the hang of this by now, all of you. So the first thing we want to do is what? Name our document. So we do now. Dash, what's the date? Today is the 28th of October, 2020. Okay, so zoom in a little bit so you guys can see all that. Make sure the fonts are all 14. Okay. Now, what do we do here? Well, first, we have to put a header, right? Next is, the date again, of course, because this is just the title part. Called a header when I was in school. And yes, you need it. Please don't cut corners. Period is second. And this is, of course, physics with algebra. Okay? That's what you should be starting off with. The title. The title's already, I'm going to turn the chat for that, but the title's already in EDSB. I want to start this clock and give you guys time. It's called Tippy Canoe. And if you actually look it up in your Google Drive or your Google Cloud, it'll pop up as Tippy Canoe. That's another way to do that for you people that take the quiz in, 2 days? Friday is a quiz coming up, everybody. Inside of there are terms, right? The classroom term of the day is, and you can figure that out if you want. I'll show you in a minute. Word of the day is, we need that part. This is called your exit slip, right? Is Earth, right? Towards previous assignment, so you don't get this confused. Okay. Now, come down here. Now, this is where you put your questions at. So what's the first question that we have? Right? Well, let's go back to, Lisa kind of flash forwarded everything, but we're going to read through some stuff. Because we got to do that so you guys know what's expected, right? So let me see if this part is visible to you guys in the chat. It should be. Don't forget to get Lisa's notes in there, but I'm going to tell you where you got to put the notes at in a minute. So I need, let's see, Angel, can you read what's in the chat there? The thing I just posted at 10:23. Oh, he left. Goodness gracious. Aaliyah, can you read that? Leader. Oh my goodness. All right, well, I'll read it. Hello and good day to all future physicists. Please remember that all synchronous problems need to be completed and ready to present in class. Right? And that's tomorrow. Usually you get points if you can present your works. Asynchronous problems have to be completed as homework and will be checked tomorrow in class as well. So just let you know, you'll have an opportunity to share your work tomorrow for more credit towards the assignment. So far, only a few people have taken advantage of that. All right, next, what do we do? Well, of course, we need the problem. Now, since this is a review and I want you to get all these notes correct, I'm going to put the problem in and show you where the notes go so you can edit it. So the first problem is your synchronous problem. Starts off like this. It's about, 14, so you can see it. And all it is it's taking Lisa's notes and we're going to piece it together slowly. So let's go way to the beginning at 10:19 when Lisa posted in the chat what is necessary, right? So we have these initial notes. And it's force equal to mass times acceleration. We got to edit this stuff, everybody. So come over here and I'll put that there. Now, this in the center because these are some initial notes. We always talk about what you need to solve the problem. And I'm showing you how you should have your document edited so you can get full credit. So again, don't cut no corners, please. All right, so I'm just going to space this out a little bit. Not justified. There we go. Line spacing. Double. That's better. And now we need our known and unknowns. And I'm just going through in the chat, and taking what's necessary. All right. I'm going to take this over here. Right there. All right. And it lined up, but it's still not edited correctly. So let's fix it. All right. So it's visible to you guys. Over one. Over a bit. Over a bit. And then now it's just time for us to edit all this. And this is why I was like, I'm just going to go into the problem because Lisa already kicked it off for us. All right. So let's first fix this and then go up and fix the other parts. Because right now it doesn't look good. So the first set of notes, you want to say force is equal to the mass times acceleration. And when you talk about its dimensions, force is measured in newtons. This is a review. Mass is measured in kilograms. Acceleration is meters per second squared. You make sure that's to the power of 2. That's not squared. That's just second 2. So that's squared. Same thing here. You have a subscript value. And this is the mathematical equation for each canoe. So force is equal to mass times acceleration, right? The original equation, okay, she didn't put that, but the original equation is just F equals ma. So that's included. Don't forget that part. So F equals ma is the original equation. That's, from here to there. Let's fix this part 2, because that's subscript. That's the mass of acceleration 2, or canoe is 2. So I'm just cleaning the document up for you guys. Okay. So far so good. Got some more values we got to change. This is force 1 subscript. Force 2 is going to be subscript. Acceleration 1. Acceleration 2. And this is just mass 1. Okay. Looks like a scientific document now. Oh, we got these 2's here. All right, gotta fix those. So I just went through with you and showed you everything you have to edit in your document correctly to get maximum credit. Okay. Take a look and see if anybody's come to class. It's the same 3. Angel didn't come back. Okay. Oh my goodness, that young man. So I gotta mark him absent. Where's Angel? Okay, I'm sorry. I was just putting some notes in the system by Angel. Select time. All right. Okay. Now, the next set of notes. I want to make sure you understand that mass is always measured in kilograms. Acceleration is meters per second squared. That's why we did that. And this canoeist is being pushed to the left. The other canoeist is being pushed to the right. Now, last time we did this, there was a simulation that we put inside of it. I think we was using, Lisa, do you have the pictures of the old simulation we did last time? I'm trying to remember which one it was.
Yeah. I go to the other doc from the 21st.
Let me stop sharing. Can you share your screen so you can share or show me what
Yeah.
Okay. Not sharing.
Hold on, I gotta find the share screen button.
Okay.
Oh,
Let me know when you're ready.
okay. It's gonna pop up.
Huh? Oh, there you go. Yeah, I just turned it on. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Lisa. That's what I was wondering. It was about acceleration. Yeah. So Lisa's ahead of the game. You took the. You can do that. You can take that other picture and put it into. But we're about to do the simulation again because, like I was telling you guys, these simulations you've seen done, you have to do them on your quiz day. Same calculator. I mean, same type of snapshots. So you gotta get the snapshots done. You put them in there, you get the maximum credit. If not, you gotta do the simulation over. All right, so Lisa, you can stop sharing. Thanks. I'm gonna because I know which simulation to get you guys started with. I think that's the one. Uh, where is it at? Inside of your Google class, not Google, but your
It says forces in motion.
forces in motion. Yeah, but I'm trying to refer to the one. It's right here. Let me just get to it. It's this apple in the corner. So everybody click on that apple to get that simulation going and start it. Then you can see what I'm doing, right? Or no? No, you can't. Hold on. Okay, so I'm trying to show you this. I think it's showing now. All right, there it goes. And it's this apple here right in the corner that I'm referring to. Okay, so you click on that and it should start up that simulation itself. If I'm correct, yep, it's starting. Is it right? Yep. So it's going to take you here, and last time we was doing acceleration. All right. So I'm going to continue with the notes, but you want to get this at least established. This is the one you're going to be starting on in a moment because we got to take a snapshot and put it into your document as well. Okay, so thank you for that help, Lisa. Great assist. Now I'm going to take the rest of her notes, and I'm going to also edit those, right? So oops, I went before the one I want because we have a mass 2. I forgot about that. We got to fix that. Mass 2 is subscript. Okie dokie. All right. Yeah, looking great. So now that we got the known and unknown values, down pat, let's look into the rest of the notes she gave us. So 1019 is what I'm referring to, or even before 1019. It's got strategy, solve acceleration using algebra. Like great note taking, Lisa. Very great. So copy this. Come over here. This is the part that tells you exactly what to do to get to the answers. You got to find the acceleration of the first canoeist. You got to find the acceleration of the second canoeist. All right, so let me blow this up some. Okay, so strategy, right? So you know that needs to be known. You're figuring out what's going on. Solve for acceleration using algebra, right? A. So we use the same equation, F equals ma. Right? So this is the force of, and I got to clean it up for you guys. So subscript these so they look correct. So that's the force of 1, acceleration of 1. Takes a little time, but believe me, it'll help. All right, so it'll help your score, I should say, or it could hurt your score. It depends on how you look at it. So it's F1, it's mass 1. It's all about consistency. Just stay consistent. That's all I'm saying. And I'm just going through and I'm showing you the parts that have to be subscripted because these are scientific annotations is what they're called, and it lets them know that you understand what's relative to another. So that's like saying acceleration of 1. That's what A1 means. And the other one, when you have subscript M, that means the mass of 1. That's what that means. Okay, so you have to write it that way. Let me turn this off. There we go. And then the next line of equations, this is a lowercase f, by the way. It's the same as above. And the next one is what? Let's go down her notes. So we got to do this to everything, you all. And you know where they are. So let's take this next set. And I'm going to go through and edit everything with you guys. And you should be doing the same. Here's the next set. Okay. So what does that look like? We got to go through it and edit it. So it starts here. All right. We'll blow this up so we can see it some more. So all these steps you got to correct. You can't just copy and paste it. I keep telling you guys that. Please don't do that. It's too late to the end of the quarter to be trying to cut corners. I keep telling y'all. All right. So here's where we at. Right about here is a separation because this is for the canoe 2. This is the end of canoe 1, as you can see. So I'm going to come up and I'm going to make sure I correct these all so you can actually see the calculations come through. So we're doing algebra. We're trying to get acceleration by itself. So the force of 1 and the mass of 1, right? You know those are the same. And this is the acceleration of 1. As you can see, there's a lot you got to do before 8 o'clock tonight. Right? And there's a little 1 there because that's mass 1. That's why it cancels mass 1. Format that. There we go. So now it looks a lot better to me. Now some things are going to cross out. That's what's not shown here in this step here. So what crosses out? Well, I'm just going to take this and redo it because that looks like a lot to redo. I'm not going to be lazy with that. I got it because I don't feel like doing that all over again. So I'm going to put in the steps, right? You're going to cross out the masses, right? And this mass over here is gone. And you end up with a new equation. So if you look at this, you end up with and this is A1, it's the same A1. A1 is equal to this here. So let me just clean that up for you. And I got to keep on saying it. You have to edit it the same way I'm doing it. Otherwise, you won't get maximum credit. And this right here is going to go here. All right. Oh, I didn't do that. Let me do this again. There we go. A lot better. So that's what, in essence, I'm saying. So you're going to come through. You're going to make sure all these 1s, they're subscripted. These are not MS2s. This is squares. So you're going to square those. Okay. And when you guys time to finish this up, because we got to still do our simulation piece. Okay, so that looks good. That looks good. All of these, that 2 is there is not right. So again, don't just copy and paste. Take your time and do it right. Because if you don't, you're going to be looking at all that you did and then you didn't get too much credit for it. Take your time and do it right. All these 1s, they're not correct. So now I can just do this part like this. I'm not going to keep doing that. I work smart, not hard. Bam. All right. Now, are the values the same? That's what I really wanted to hint on because these are old values, right, Lisa? Let's come up here and take a look. We got to make this correct.
No, I had corrected them.
You say what?
I had corrected them to today's numbers.
Okay. So do you have those steps or no?
Yeah, I have those steps.
Okay. Just the known and unknown, Lisa, and then I'm gonna give you guys 10:39. I'm gonna give you guys 10 minutes to adjust the calculations. All right. So Lisa, can you put it in the chat? The chat is now open. Just the known and unknown values. What do you think they are? Because we didn't even establish that, guys. These are not the same. Okay. So
Okay.
Lisa's gonna put that in there. And let's see who's coming.
I thought I did do it earlier. It was the same numbers.
Oh, the numbers
Please
were
call.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Wallace. All right, Lisa, thanks. Let me check, Lisa. Let me see. You did do it. I'm sorry, Lisa. I thought that was wrong. I thought you used old numbers. My bad. Okay. Yeah, you did do it right. So you did all the same calculations too, huh?
My bad about that.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi problem.
Okay. Try to catch up to us. We're already starting the problem. All right. So Lisa, it looks like we got, yeah. Okay. She said 87 divided by 184. Way to go, Lisa. You did do it. I'm just going through and looking. Yeah. All right. So we just got to correct these last set of notes, right, everybody? Thank you, Lisa. Okay. So she made that super easy for me. So this is F2, right? And that 2 is not a big 2. It's to be subscripted. So we're gonna fix everything in the notes that she gave us. And while someone put the notes you should have, but you should be starting your document off with the initial steps and stuff. All right, so let me see here. So this is format text, and then you go to Alt-Shift-5. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say Alt-Shift-5. Yikes. Nope, that's not it. So I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. And then you're going to replace this one too, because that's not the same. And these are things we took from the chat, everybody. So you got to do this. Okay, so I'll go here and subscript that too. And a subscript is control plus, I think, comma, if you want to use that. So you highlight it. If you don't want to go to the menu all the time, you go control and then comma. And it does that too. So that can help you if you need to. And this is for the second canoe, by the way, everybody. And I'm going to keep going. The strategy here is solve for, again, the acceleration. So you consider this canoe 1. That's what I was saying at. We figured it out. And this was canoe 2. Let's go ahead and fix a lot of these equations because they look kind of weird, right? So this is the F2 is the algebra part that we've been doing. And the mass 2 is here. Because what happened was we did algebra, we divided by mass on both sides of the equation. So now this mass 2 and this mass 2 will cancel out, leaving only, and that's supposed to be a 2. It's subscripted. There we go. Leaving only the acceleration of the second canoeist. Okay, so let's come down. We're gonna redo this. That has mass 1. Something went wrong there in those notes. That's why I'm correcting this. So it should be this, and then the next step is it crosses everything out for the masses. It's mass 2 divided by mass 2. Gonna cross out like this because they divide out to be 1. All right. Now you rewrite the equation, and that's going to be the acceleration of 2. Oh, this is crossed out as well. Okay. So the acceleration of 2 is going to come on to the other side because that's just the way you write math problems. You write from left to right. So I'm going to this and I'll take it over here. And then don't forget, this is the same as this. It's just when you put it in the chat, it don't look right. And I've seen students try to send this and be like, but I did it. You didn't do it right. So it's just like you didn't do it. So do it right. That way you don't have to do it again. And so that is how you get the second part that Lisa gave us. Again, they have to be edited the same way, you guys. You can't just cut corners on me. So we got that one, and don't forget that. And those are all the values you need. I think she went as far as do the calculation. This 2 is going to be raised to the It's raised subscripted or superscripted. So let's go through that. Format, text, and then we're going to raise it. And then we're going to do this the same here. We're going to raise that. Okay, so now it looks like a thing of beauty. That's what mathematics should look like. And I read several thousands of research papers. That looks a lot better. Okay. Oh, we got one more thing to fix. Get this part. So that's going to be raised to a superscript. And then this part is looks like that. That's the subscript part. It's a designation. All right. So in essence, I'm trusting Lisa's notes because I'm looking at the clock. We still got to do simulations. You at least need to have these notes set up. And why is that? Because this is leading into your asynchronous or homework problem. So let me grab that from Edsby and put it in the chat. And put it not in the chat, but put it into your assignment. All right, so this is your second problem. Your 2A is your homework problem. It's called asynchronous. Both problems have to be done. Students have been trying to, hey, I'm just going to throw that in there, what he did, and I'm going to turn in with that question, but he ain't going to check it. He ain't, try to, right, finesse, right? But don't do that because, like, I'm from Chicago, too. And what's going to happen is I'm going to look at that, and I'm going to give you 50%. And then you're going to be the only
Hey,
one.
Mr. Tyler, can you put out is you gonna put all this in the chat?
No, I'm not going to put all of it because some of it you do have to type up and watch the video. Some student messed it up for you, man.
Say it again.
Some students messed that up for us. So I'll put what the notes are, but you have to type everything else up. Okay.
So why we can't type in the chat no more?
Because we had students,
Right.
we had students coming into the chat under different identifiers, finessing the system, not being themselves, and putting very, very vulgar and bad things in the chat. So we're done with that for now. Some students just, they're so bored that they couldn't focus on the work. They had to put stupid stuff in the chat. Okay. All right. So moving on. I'm sorry. This takes one to mess it up for us all, right? So 2 groups of canoeists. You notice this problem is similar, right, to the previous problem. I just changed the numbers. And you got to find the acceleration of each canoe. So you got to do these steps for all of them. Now, to the greater question, I'm going to put my edited notes on the problem into the chat. So we'll do it a bit at a time. So let's do it again because some people came late. I'm going to copy this. And this is what we started off with. And many thanks to Miss Brown. She did most of the calculations. And she gathered the notes. So this is what she's starting from, right? Not gonna put the question again because I gotta turn the chat, make sure the chat stays locked. But you can't see what I post. The next thing is, and I'll try to make sure you guys have a copy of the transcripts, the chat transcripts. Okay, so that's the last part. The last part of the known was the M2. You didn't have that. So make sure you put it in there with the next set of notes. So this is everything for Mass 2 in your unknowns. It should go. Or not, it's not unknowns, your knowns. Let me copy this. Put that there. And again, as you can see, you have to, if I put it in the chat, instead of you just typing along with me, you have to edit that. Right? If you don't edit it, anywhere from 15 to 25 points will be deducted because you just didn't take the time. You copied from the chat and you threw it in the document and thought that was a good thing. So no. Here's the second set of notes, and you need all of these. All right. Again, in the chat is not edited. So it doesn't even look right unless you make the changes that I've made. Okay, so that in essence is everything you need. We need to hurry up and take care of that simulation. And here's how you do it, because on Friday, it's going to be like include all simulations on the quiz. So you should get comfortable where these simulations are. In your EDSB classroom, you have something called the recording and previous recordings, right? So in the previous recording section, I'll always leave my classroom, my Bitmoji classroom, for you guys to access, and it's in slide deck form. So it just presents as soon as you open it. So I'm gonna take this and put it in the chat, and I want you to go to a simulation that is in the physics classroom. It's an apple. I'm gonna tell you how to get to it. Let me put this in the chat first. So click on that link, and it should bring you to this screen that I have. Okay. Once you do that, you click on myself. You come to the physics classroom. You know, and when you get there, you'll have this. Now, the word of the day is not sinister. I gotta fix that. I think the word of the day, because I wanted to talk about that. You have that for your exit slip. The word of the day was this big other word. So let me go back. Is this it? Exit. There we go. This is the right one. So word of the day was what? We're in physics. So that would be, let me grab my calendar. This is how you spell it. It's a really weird word, but ignominious, right? So ig. It's not sinister. I found out. Mr. Rush helped me out with it. So ignom. Oh, it's a long word. Okay. The term is in fact inertia. Why is that important, right? And I prepped this morning when I woke up, and the word's wrong. So where does this go? Well, it goes inside of your document for the exit slip. Today's objective is students will be able to evaluate the equation of motion with respect to position, velocity, and time. Okay. Now we're talking mostly about acceleration, which is a form or a derivative of the equation of motion. What I was telling you is to click on the apple to start the simulation, and it's right here in this cubby, this apple here. All right. So we go to the Google slide link I gave you and click on the apple. It'll take you. You go to the physics classroom to see the apple in there. It'll take you to this simulation, and the one you want to start on is, of course, acceleration. Now, if that's too much for you to follow all those steps, I'll just take the link and put it in the chat for the simulation we're doing currently. Okay. Now, you click on acceleration, and here are the settings you need. Let's get this out the way. Get that out the way. You need a bucket of water. Well, last time we did a fridge, right? Did we do a fridge? I can't remember. But we're not going to use the fridge this time, because I think the fridge makes you turn all your values on too. It's 200 kilograms. The water is 100 kilograms. So it was the heaviest thing. But now we need, see, the fridge was 200. And then we had a person or a little girl last time. That's another 40 or 80. So I want to see if you can make this be in motion with pretty much what? The girl, the guy, and the bucket of water on top of this crate. Okay, so that's the girl. I'm sorry, the water. I'm just putting them in order of masses. And if you notice, when you do that, the crate popped out. I thought it could do it, but it was not. So you just need these three. And I want you to take a picture or a screenshot of you making this thing move. So let's turn on some values. Our acceleration. Speed is usually velocity, values, and the forces. Now your goal again is to get it to move. So with all this friction, that's a pretty heavy thing. That's 40, 80. You might as well say that's 120, and then another 100, that's 220, right? So he's gonna need a lot to go on, or we can take some friction away, and then he's in motion. Okay, and that's considered an opposing force, just like our canoe situation. All right, so he's at a steady motion of 500 newtons. Once his speed gets to the middle, I want you to come to the FET sim and screenshot. It'll download a snapshot, and then you'll come over to your Google Doc and insert that picture. So we can put the picture, usually I think, at least we put it in the beginning of the problem, I think, right? So somewhere like right here. Okay. So it's like right here, and then you come to insert image, upload from computer, and you got to find the image you just screenshotted, and you hit that. Okay. Okay. So sorry about that. You you should have this screenshot in there, and then all the steps typed up and ready to go. Okay. Now it's 10:56. We get out of here effectively at 11:10. We're gonna do screenshots. I want to say effectively in about, let's say, 8 more minutes. Okay. So take this time to, if you're trying to scroll up, let me take a screenshot, whatever you need to do. But you gotta have a little bit done, because when I turn on the presentation view for you guys to share your screens, you should be able to show me how much you got completed. And there's an in-class score. All right. So what did I say? 8 minutes? It's 4 and 4. Yeah. Okay. So that's 8 minutes tops. The notes are already in the chat though. So you just got to work on editing everything the way I did. It's not going to really get you any credit if you do it some other way.
Mr. Tyler,
Yes.
can you copy and paste the questions in the chat, because I can copy and paste on my phone. It won't let me do it on ASB. Copy and paste the questions so I can put in my Google Doc.
I'm going to allow it today, but you got to start getting on that computer, young lady. Give me a second.
I'm waiting for Mama to buy me a new computer.
Oh, what? What happened to the other
Yeah,
one you had?
my little brother broke it. He
Oh,
basically
you
put
did
it
say
on
that.
a banister, and it fell to the third floor.
Yikes. That thing is dead. All right. That's so sad. Okay, all right. Let me, because like I am at work. I couldn't even say that. That hurts my heart when people abuse things.
I'm seeing
All
it
right.
though.
Yeah. All right. So here's the first question. The second question, and everybody, don't forget the exit slip. I just told you what these terms were, right? In the Google slide deck. Just go to it and put it in. You need the definitions. The second question, you've been trying, Leah. Some students are like, no, I'll type it up. You don't even come to class, and you want me to make it easy for you. No, that's not how that's gonna work. Finesse the streets, don't finesse me, as I always say. Don't finesse me, finesse those streets. All right, both questions should be there. Let me check the attendance again. It's child's income. Oh, goodness. She's usually here. She's new. She's probably still getting acclimated. Clark is absent. Courtney, what's happening to Courtney? Absent. Leo Garcia absent. Romel Lee absent. Lockhart absent. Llewellyn, that's somebody I gotta check in on. I haven't seen her in a while. Angelique. Boy, I got tons and tons of notes. Let me turn my microphone off.
What's the word for today, Mr. Tyler?
You got that Google slide deck, Leah? It's a long word. All right, so I'm putting it on the screen for you. Hold on. All right. So you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right, so we're at this point. Remember the word of the day. You got to put up there with the exit slip, and you got to type it in, the definition for it. All right, so it's this word. I'm just curious to see how this is going to sound, so give me 1 second. But this goes here, right? The term is inertia. And that's exactly what's happening when we're dealing with, say you're on a roller coaster and you're falling down, you feel like there's this pull, right, away from you as you fall down. That's inertia. Okay, so back at the top, remember it was the exit slip portion, and the term, the word of the day for school, as Rush has pointed out to us, was this. All right, that's humongous. Oh, he needs you to be a size 14. Yes, I know. GGI is about to happen. All right, so we're at the point where you guys, it's 11:05. I was going to do share outs, but it's going to take some time. I got to turn on the share out screen and everything. So be ready in class tomorrow. If you have something to share out, we will. I want you to use this time to finish up. And if you have questions, you can ask them. You do have to have the document edited the same way. If you don't, a considerable amount of points will be taken off. The classroom term was inertia. And you need the definitions of these terms typed in this format. You have a space and then a dash, and you're going to put the definitions of each. Define. Some students are just putting that and like, I got 25 points, right? I'm like, no, who told you that life was that easy? You have to look at the words and type them in, like the definitions. Sorry. Okay. So I think I covered everything. It's 11:06. I wanted to do share outs, but the class is over in 4 minutes and it's just not possible. So you have any questions for me? If everybody know how to turn it in, I think Mr. Wallace and a few others might have turned to work in. So you just got to focus on putting it into EDSB. You put it into EDSB by downloading whatever you're done working on it. You hit File, Download, PDF, and then I just wanted to make this known. You go to EDSB and you find the assignment. You don't just hit message Tyler. That's not going to get it into the grade book. Come to EDSB. Today we did Tippecanoe. You look for the assignment. You click on the assignment. It gives you the option to submit it. And you come down and you have this browse your computer portion. You click on that PDF you downloaded of your work. You put it in there, hit submit. It goes straight to the grade book. All right? And it's out of your hair. You guys have until 8 p.m. to get this finished. All right, so if there are no questions, you are free to go because we've been working hard at this. I think we didn't get a chance to share out, so I just got to kind of trust that y'all did work at it. But turn it in by 8 because I think next week we're done, and we have a final exam next week, and also we have a quiz this Friday. So come to class. Don't start not coming. It's gonna hurt you in the long run.
You want us to share out?
Well, if you can, go ahead. But let me turn this on. I just didn't know if we have enough time because I don't want you guys being late to your next thing. Your screen sharing is good. Okay, Aaliyah. Okay. Thank you for remembering, Aaliyah. Turn it sideways, dear. All right.
How do I move this? What's it called? My keyboard.
Hit return. Doesn't that work? Nope. Okay.
No.
I don't know. That's why I don't like y'all using phones. All right. So just try to make all those edits I talked about. Watch the video. Okay. I think you got it. Everything. Yeah, you got to make those edits. Like that's a subscript and okay. You got most of it.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, Lisa.
I gotta go to that thing with Mr. Tillery. I can't go to SAT prep today.
Okay, that's fine. Go. I need you to go to that. Go.
Screen?
What?
I could join 2 meetings at once still.
You can. So when you, how about this? Just go to Tillery's meeting. When you're done, you come see me. All right.
Okay.
All right. Go there because that's interesting. I was just about to talk about that. There's links in there, and that's why I was not really worried about the share out, guys. I want y'all to get to those events. All right. So definitely go to HVAC. I'm gonna be in both rooms. So if you done HVAC, you think you learned enough, I'll be in SAT prep. Those seniors, you need a Khan Academy account established. so we can get you practice and you can score higher the next test date. All right, it's 11:10. So get over to HVAC right now because I know that presentation is important. I talked to him about that. Get over there. That is another job opportunity for you guys. So click on that link, the other link for SAT prep if you need it, save it somewhere else, and see me afterwards. Only during lunch though. Jacqueline, I think they talked to me about you. You can't talk without the microphone, right? Because I got the chat off. So it's just me, you, and Wallace. Jacqueline, which one are you gonna do? You can type now. They told me to help you catch up, you probably need to come with me to SAT prep and work on some things. At least that's what was discussed to me. Jacqueline, do you hear me? You can type yes. I know you said your microphone's busted. Okay, I guess not. All right.